the champ of real estate, you know, what happens, man, when you want to get into the game and maybe do some flips or do some buy and holds?
Man, I think that's you. I think, and that's perfect segue because I'm literally in that bridging that gap right now, going from wholesaling to doing more flips now. I've done a few flips. I've been fortunate enough to be able to use some of my own funds for the flips I've been able to do, or partner with somebody that has access, immediate access to those funds. Because I've been in the industry now a while, I've created those relationships
Mm-hmm.
where I have access to that kingdom now. I can literally make a call, and even if my main partner, my go-to, isn't available, he may know someone that may want to take the deal, and I could work it around that way. So I'm kind of in that space now. But I know originally started off when I first started hearing about wholesaling or even flipping, that was one of the things I feared the most. Like when you think wholesaling, you think you got to have the money to buy it yourself, but that isn't the case. But when it comes to flipping, you do need to have some access to whether it's buying materials, buying tools, hiring a contractor, whatever. Even if you aren't hiring a contractor, you're doing it yourself, you still have to have access to be able to buy equipment, buy tools, buy the things you need to actually fix up that property. And that was one of the things that intimidated me the most, is figuring out, like, how am I going to get access to that type of cash, like, and be able to take on some more of these projects, because you may run into something, it's a huge opportunity, but because you don't have knowledge on how to handle that opportunity, you lose it.
Mm.
And so figuring out and learning how to leverage your credit and turn that into business credit, and then getting access to whether it be a credit card or a loan that may be even better than a hard money loan, is huge. That is freaking huge right now. Like perfect example, I was talking to another investor. They hit me up on game that Home Depot I think is doing like 2 years no interest if you get a card from them.
Yeah.
Now of course your limit is going to be determined upon your credit history, but naturally, the better your credit, the better your limit's going to be. If you can go in there and buy all the equipment you need to flip a house, let's say you need to put 5 to 10 grand into that house, and you can get damn near everything you need from Home Depot, you got 2 years to pay that off. In most cases, most flippers are looking to, the whole process of buying a home and flipping a home is 3 to 6 months. They're trying to purchase, they're trying to flip it, and then relist it within 6 months. That's the plan. That's the go-to. They're trying to do that so they don't end up losing any money.
Yep.
But if you have access to something that's giving you basically free money for 2 years, that takes a lot of pressure off of you, because they're doing that because they got to pay back people at a certain time. Usually it's a hard money loan. They want to they need to start paying back whoever they borrowed this money from before the interest takes effect, or it's a balloon payment and they got to make the rest of the loan paid off by the 6 months. So if you can learn to leverage your credit and get access to banks that are willing to get creative with funding, just like I said, by using your name and your payment history is basically what you're doing when you're using your credit. That's a huge advantage in the game, but you got to put in, that's another thing that comes with learning. You got to put in the homework to figure these things out, and how do you get there?